I greet you in Jesus' precious name. It's just wonderful to be with you again. I want to speak to you today about keeping up your guard. That's the one thing, if you've ever done any boxing, your trainer will tell you, keep your guard up, okay? If you don't keep your guard up, you're going to lose the fight, for sure. Your opponent's going to knock you right on the jaw and you're going to go down. Keep your guard up. And the same thing applies in your lifestyle. You know, I travel a lot and I preach a lot. And often I'll come home and I've done some real battles for Jesus, okay? And we've had an amazing time. We've seen people saved. We've seen people healed. We've seen signs and wonders in the sky. That's right. We've seen rain come in. We've seen fires put out. It's been amazing. Then you've got to come home. That's right. And you've got to carry on living. And that's where you've got to keep your guard up. Now, if you go with me to the book of 1 Kings, you can maybe have a look at it straight after this program. 1 Kings chapter 19 and from verse 1 to 4. My hero in the Old Testament is Elijah. Elijah the prophet. Elijah the Tishbite. Whenever I go to Israel, I always go to Mount Carmel, where Elijah tested the prophets of Baal. Remember that day? 450 prophets of Baal against one man of God. And Elijah said, today, let's see who God is. That's quite a statement, folks. And remember, he made that beautiful sacrifice. And then he told them to make their sacrifice. Now you call your God and tell him to bring fire down from heaven. And then when your sacrifice is burnt up, I'll call my God, Jehovah, to bring down fire and consume this offering. But before you do that, go and get some water and pour it all over my wood and all over the meat and all over the stones. And they did it. They poured it and they poured it. He said, right, now go for it. And of course they called on their God, who doesn't exist, as we know, because there is only one God, and he is the God of Israel. He is Almighty God. He is Jehovah. He is the great I am. And so they called on their God and nothing happened. And then this man of God he actually started to mock them. He said, where is your God? And they started to cut themselves with knives, and they were bleeding and they were wailing and nothing happened. And then Elijah said, your time is up, stand back. And Elijah called down fire from heaven, and the Lord was faithful, and the fire obliterated the sacrifice and the wood and the stones. And after that, one man, the prophet, he killed 450 prophets of Baal. Folks, almost unheard of. And then if you go and read, you'll find that one woman, her name was Jezebel, one woman said, before the sun goes down tomorrow, I'm going to kill you. And the Bible tells us that he's running off to Beersheba. That's down in the south of Israel. It's far south of Jerusalem. And he's in the desert, and he's depressed, and he's down. Until the Lord came and ministered to him. I don't know how many times. Now, if you're honest with me, you'll believe this. I've come home from a campaign, a huge campaign, where we've seen thousands of men, tens of thousands of men give their lives to Christ, where we've been to a prayer meeting where we've seen over 1 million people. But you've got to come back down to ground level, unfortunately. Remember Peter said to Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration, let us just stay here and build 3 tabernacles. Peter, James, and John, and we'll just stay here. And Jesus said, no, you've got to get back down to where the work is. I've come back and sit in my prayer room in the morning and felt down and out. I'm saying, Lord, why am I feeling like this? Folks, this is the reality of being a Christian. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty in God to pulling down strongholds. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. You've got to keep your guard up. You've got to pray. You've got to rejoice. And you've got to keep going. Until next time, God bless you.
We trust that you have been blessed by today's message. For more information, please visit angusbuchan.com.